flame strokes hit the screen like a heartbeat. Teek Fox in the zone, can't skip a beat. Tutorials blaze and they spark the art. Digital canvas, where the legends start.
Hey, welcome. Can you hear me? Everything working now? Because it wasn't. I had real panic stations just before the start there. You can hear me, good. So, hello everyone. Bella, Nikki, Sakma, Tara. Oh, you like the thumbnail? That's interesting because we get a score every time we do thumbnails. And this was my lowest one yet. And everyone's like, I love the thumbnail. Very strange. Why do we have cranes? What? Cranes. Just trying to do it your way. What you mean? Cranes. I can't work it out. So let's get on with today. Oh, cranes. Oh, on chat. Oh yeah, I can see it on that chat, but I can't see it on that chat. That's interesting. I have no idea. And it's something YouTube's trying. I don't know. Can't see it on Bella's. I see it on yours and Nikki's. Very strange. Number 2, number 1. No idea. It's not to do with me, so I don't know. So let's start again. So welcome to Teeks the Time. Your learning starts here. We have a weekly live. It's usually a Q&A. So feel free to leave a comment on this video, ask me directly, or join the free community, and then we'll try and help you on there. So, as usual, we'll answer your questions now. And we have the question from Nikki, which is, how does one use the artistic text tool, and the difference between artistic and text, which you'll obviously see from this thumbnail. Like I say, we usually have sort of one main subject, and then the rest is Q&A. Accumulate points for engaging in live streams according to Google. Interesting. Well, I wonder why some of you got it and some of you haven't. Very weird. So anyway, let's start as usual with where. So where is on this left-hand bar, and you open up the artistic text tool like this one, and if you hold down, you get the 2 options here and here for frame tool and artistic. So we'll leave it where it is. Now, what are they? Now, as you can see from this quick demonstration, the artistic text tool is when you've got like a title or one word or just a short amount of text that you want to basically make better looking than just normal text. Like you see artistic here. And then you got the other side coin, which is frame tool, which is everything within that box. It will come up with the whatever you type in. I've just used the lorem ipsum there, which you can get online. It's just to show you what it does. So you can see here that it's gonna rank that picture, which I'll show you in a bit. That's interesting. So let's start with shapes. So let's go to the artistic text tool. So this is, let's just type in word. So shape wise, this is just a rectangle. It's always going to be a rectangle. You can rotate it, resize it, and you can like add effects and all that kind of stuff to that word. So if you wanted it 3D, that's an example. Let's try outer shot here. So there we go. If you wanted it to have a shadow, etc. The other thing you can do is make it gradient. So from one color, I'll just select purple, down to blue, and there we go. So you can make it as artsy bright as you want. The grain is worth 75 XP. It's interesting. I've got no idea how we get it or how it's on here. Not a clue. Interesting though, because in my Discord, in the community server, there's kind of the same thing. So the more you chat, the more points you get, the more levels you go up, the more things unlock. So it's kind of the same, but it's happening in chat. Top fans I've got on here as well, on this little logo here, and at the moment it's just the two of you, not Bella for some reason. I'm not sure why it doesn't include everyone. Very strange. So that is artistic text. I won't spend so long on that because we've all used artistic text the whole time that we've been using the program. It's far more interesting talking about the frame tool, which I'll just delete that. I'll show you the frame text. I'll just go back that one, and what I'm gonna do is just copy that lawyer missing, just so I've got something to paste in there. There we go. And just hit copy. So now I'll go back to where just here. So yeah, we select frame tool and just select where the frame's gonna be. You then paste in your text, and there you go. It stays within the boundaries. You can do all sorts of things to this text. So I don't know whether you wanted it bigger, that kind of thing. Just trying to see why it's coming up with that. Not that. Very weird. So I wanted to resize that. Ah, there we go. Just like click on it. So there is a couple of things here. So if you try and resize it normally, what you'll see is that it resizes text as you go. So the bigger the box, the easier text is. You can grab this extra little one down here and it will resize the text as well as the box. And then the other thing is the eye. Just zooming in. Oh, it's not getting bigger. The eye just there. Hopefully you can see it. Huh? But if you click the eye tells you that there's more text than what the box can hold. So if you tick the eye to show, it will show that there's more text down there that we can't see. And if you close the eye, it keeps everything within that text box. Now, the one thing that's interesting is that you can't sort of like resize the text box, not resize it, reshape it. So if I was to go to Node Tool, for instance, there is no nodes on it. You can't sort of adjust the shape. So how do we do that? Well, there's a couple of ways. So let me just shrink that one up to the top so we can keep that text. So if we get a rectangle here and we convert it to curves, like so, and then we change the nodes. Actually, we put on snap to nodes. This will be easier. So if we put 2 nodes there, then drag this one down, as you can see, it snaps to, and that's why I was using that. So you basically get your shape, then go to the text tool, and just tap it once, just like that. And you'll see the text box arrives, and that now is that shape of a text box. So if I paste this in, one here, and close that, you'll see that it will keep that shape. Even if I now move those nodes, it still keeps like within that shape. You know what I mean? Just like that. So if you wanted to add a picture, something like that, that is the way to do that. And also, like I say, it keeps all the text. I forgot. My brain is terrible. So yeah, it keeps the text within the box. I didn't know where I was going with that. Sorry, I've completely lost it. But there we go. So you could do this with other shapes. So I'll just get rid of that one. So if we wanted to select, what should we have? An arrow, yeah, I'll do. So let's make the arrow and just move that into our canvas. There we go. Go to the text tool, the frame one, and just tap it once. Now you'll see the text come up. I just paste in or lower in it's done, and you'll see that it keeps that shape no matter what. And then you can resize it, etc. It'll always go to whatever that shape is. And of course, you can where's the tool? Must be on there somewhere. Why is that gone? Wait. Go back to arrow. Why is arrow? What have I done? I'm just gonna redo that theme. Just delete that one. That. And I'll put this one back on, like I say. and get the text tool, put it in there, and paste. There we go. So what I was saying was, now it's in that shape. If we convert it to curves, which I'll have to use menu, I can't find it. There we go, convert to curves, which it's not doing. That's very weird. They're not doing that. I was gonna reshape. Oh no, I know. You've gotta convert to curve first. That's what it is. Just make the shape. There we go. But now you convert it to curves. It gives you nodes. But now you go to the text tool and tap it once and paste in our lorem at Simpson. But now we can go back to our nodes. And we can adjust them as we want to. As you can see, you can get some very weird shapes if you wanted to. Get around all sorts of text and all sorts of pictures, I mean. Very strange. So that is use a shape to it. But you can also just use the pen tool. Let's make a weird shape. Like that. Okay. Now go to the text tool and just tap it once and then paste in our text. And you'll see we got the same thing going on here, where everything sticks to that shape, and you can adjust the nodes if you want to. Make it as weird as you want. And just read in the chat. We have heavy lightning and rainstorm. Oh no. You don't lose power, etc. You have laundry gear. Okay. Yeah, say you get through the live at least. Nah, it looks good. Well, it was just random. So that is shapes. Leave that one on that one. And that's you to that we always gonna show you with dummies. Just to sort of show you what I mean about get around pictures. So that is our normal rectangle. You've probably seen that kind of thing on loads of websites, etc. Or like newsletters, that kind of thing. We'll go to the next demo. So this one is just showing an ellipse, like eclipse. I mean, it's an eclipse in an ellipse. That's why I got confused. But as you can see, the text curves around there, so that's going. And then demo 3, you can see that it goes around big. So that is another way that we can use that. Now, there is some tricks. Not my tricks. These are just known. So, first off, if you wanted to do vertical text, like this one, here for example, you can't because you end up with this. And turn vertical, it's going the wrong way. So how did I get it to do that? Which we'll do now. So I'm gonna get our text tool. I'm gonna make that shape. In fact, I'll just leave it low for now. Type the word vertical. that. And we'll just raise up the size of the text of this. As you can see, as we make it bigger, it starts going underneath. So if we go back to our text, in fact, where I can move it, yeah, there we go. As we move it in, we get where it shows you the letters one by one. That's what we want. That is kind of like it. Just gonna shrink it down just a little bit. There we go. Now it's not quite right, as you can see. But if we go to text panel and center it, then it will look correct. Like that. That is how you would go by getting the text vertical. That one's cool. Like I say, these are well known though. So it's not just my thing. It is like probably done by Affinity or something. No idea. That is just known by everyone. That's one trick. Now I want to show you something else which I found really clever, and that is Boolean. So it works rather interestingly. So say we had a picture here. Let's make it red. And then got a bunch of text around that picture. And then we had another picture here. Now we got these two pictures. And we want actually say that grey is the picture and the red is where we want the text. So if we grab both red rectangles and go back to our move tool, we can go into the Boolean and say add. Now that has just made it one object, even though they're separate. It is one object. So if I go to text now and just tap one, you've actually tapped both. If I can shrink it down. There you go. If I just paste our Laura Emerson now, you'll see it actually fills both boxes, which is interesting, especially when you go to resize, etc. It actually spreads it across those two boxes, even though they're not touching. Yeah. Yeah, this is a thing for publisher, really. Definitely. Say, well, Sarah. But just to say, it does work in Affinity as well. There is a couple more things that you can do in Publisher, and I think there's a couple more things that you can do on the PC version. So look out for these. Not sure what they are. You can do the same here by increasing the size, etc. And it will keep across both. That's what I like. If we go to resize this now, you can see it keeps the text space quite a little thing. Boolean. I like Publisher. It does so much. It is cool, but I don't know a lot about it. So that's why I'm just showing you. It does work in Designer as well, or at least some of that. You'd probably do something like this in Publisher, though. I think that's it for tricks. I think that's it for. There's not a lot to frame text or text, anyway. Put the question back on, and we'll go back to the Q&A for the next question. So what else would you like to know? Just wait for chat to catch up, because we know how slow it is. Anything you like. I'm just watching it go up. That's very weird. So, bands where they colour very strange. The prime things. I wonder if that works just for lives or whether it'll work in the comments as well. Not sure. I have to try. The question is coming later. Yep. Just add it to Q&A in the community or just add a comment, that kind of thing. Usually you can't think of something off the bat. You got booted. Oh no. So there's probably a good place to call it if we start having problems. Because I don't think there's any more questions. Install fonts. Is that a question or not sure if that's a question? Yes, question mark. What do you mean now? Install fonts on what? I mean, it just works like artistic text would on iPad. So you would just sure I've shown this. Go back to the main menu, just there. Go into settings, and there is a section here called fonts, and you just add your font here. Usually a TGF or an OTF file. Just click on it. It adds it here. You can just go done. And back in your document, we go to where some text is. Go back into this one. Go to some of that Laura medicine. Just here. Get rid of your question. Yeah. Yeah, like this text here. And then we go to the text box just here. And we can select which font we want to use. Just on this box here, you'll see all your ones come up. And we can swap to whichever one that we want to use. It's the same as you would. It's quite funky. Get one. Les. Again on iPad. Not Affinity. Ah, I'm not understanding. I still haven't tried Les. Just getting on iPad, not Affinity. I'm confused. Very confused. Put that back to I think it was Ariel. So, yeah. So we'll go back to this one. And we'll put it to any other questions, etc. Why is it on red like that? Oh, we put on play with Teek. On that one. There we go. We need that on. Typed in wrong folders. Oh, you're having issues getting fonts on iPad. Really? Very strange. Yeah, like I say, the TTF or OTF just is in your files. And you just go to settings, then fonts, and then just add then wherever the TTF OTF file is, and just that adds it to the bottom of this file, just there. As you can see, I've quite a few. Bit of a font collector. So if there's any more questions, if not, I call it there. Wait for chat to catch up. Need some background music or something. You don't have any questions. So it's usually something you picture after a while. So just put it in the Q&A in the community. All good. Okay, good. Listen. Good. Thank you, Teek. This is great to try and see what's possible. Absolutely. So if that's everything, we'll call it there. Thanks for coming. I will see you in the next one.
Paint strokes hit the screen like a heartbeat. Teek Fox in the zone, can't skip a beat. Tutorials blaze and they spark the art. Digital canvas, when a legend starts.